Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grande Makrura Cup. It took weeks of planning. It took a lot of DMing on Discord. It took us some time waiting, but ladies and gentlemen, we are here. On the bottom left, we have Mr. Knoff from Sweden in Makrura Cup. Thank you for all of the Makruras in the Twitch chat. And on the top right is Lemes, Grande Lemes. Ladies and gentlemen, Secret Valley is an old map and new map at the same time. It was updated. It was in the map pool like few seasons ago. It got rotated away. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful, the beautiful Secret Valley is back. Hello, Mr. Scimitar, Mr. Toxi, Grande, Professor Lemes, thank you for the Makruras. And ladies and gentlemen, on the bottom, Mr. Scimitar is the guy that is like, gifting so many subs, and and yes, I need to gift sub to Mr. Scimitar, my bad. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going to be? It was Blade Master mirror image for like every single player beforehand, ladies and gentlemen. But this time it's going to be Farseer. Let's see if Professor Lemes is going to like counter the Farseer easily or not. Ladies and gentlemen, what I can tell you about this map, there is no altar trick. But versus Orc, I don't like to make altar trick anyway. Okay, Mr. Scimitar, but thank you again for all of the gifted subs, and let me thank you at the start of this series again. Do we have sound? I think we have sound. 1 second. Let me thank you again to Mr. to Mr. Sir Saburo, to Mr. Random Bet Gamer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting excited. Farseer is here. Ladies and gentlemen. We have Farseer. We have Professor Lemes. So it's going to be just a straight up harassment. Okay, the sound is here. I will make it a little bit more loud for the next game. Ladies and gentlemen. It's all fine. So Professor Lemes is creeping, Holy Light is here, and Mr. Knoff is just going to slow down the lumber economy. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is going to lose one peasant. Not the greatest start of this series, but Professor Lemes got the experience. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe Professor Lemes, maybe it's calculated. Another peasant is in trouble, but Professor Lemes is running. He wants to save in the gold mine. Professor Lemes was able to save his peasant, but ladies and gentlemen, this early harassment by the Knoff, successful. Mr. Toxi, I think that Professor Lemes was a little bit greedy with the creep, but you know what, Mr. Toxi? I may not understand the bigger picture, because Lemes is winning versus players that I'm not able to even got to distance with, you know, and Professor Lemes is just winning versus them. Professor Lemes is refusing to make the Arcane Tower because he can say that he can micro just fine. And ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is microing fine. He's pulling a lot of militia because Professor Lemes wants to get this Murloc level 2 by Professor Lemes immediately. Farseer with only 1 kill so far. But yes, the uptime on the militia, that's what hurts us. How the Knoff base is looking, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Mr. Noctum. Beautiful grid, best of 7. Professor Lemes versus Knoff. The score is 0-0. Ladies and gentlemen, no Arcane Tower technology so far. The militia needs to run in circles. The wolves are being pulled back. The lumber in Professor Lemes' base is suffering. But so far, so good. Professor Lemes with level 2, he's giving aura to all of his rifles, to all of his peasants. They are, of course, in the range of the aura. And what Mr. Knoff is cooking, Mr. Knoff at 29 supply, it means that he has 6 headhunters, okay. 6 headhunters. I think he's not going to make any more headhunters. I think he's going to transition into double bestiary. That's what I tried to do versus Mr. Teko, and I failed. But ladies and gentlemen, my micro doesn't exist, and Mr. Knoff micro, he's an OG player, he's an old school player. He knows how to micro, ladies and gentlemen. He was active recently, a lot of Christmas streams, and ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes with the body blocks. Who is body blocking who? Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes with the holy light on point. Professor Lemes is not pulling any militia. A close fight between them. Close fight between them, ladies and gentlemen. No, don't creep this, Professor Lemes. I was scared from the moment. The problem, when I see Paladin without mana, I'm scared. Is Professor Lemes going to creep? What Professor Lemes is going to do? Single bestiary. TC. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Mr. Noctum, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is creeping. Professor Lemes wants to get level 3, but remember that Orc is not producing that a ground. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a mystery for me and the Orc in the Twitch chat. Can you tell me why there is a ground in the barrack? I was expecting double bestiary, but why there is a ground? Very interesting choice here, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Lemes is about to get mature with the Pala Rifle technology. He will get level 3, he will get Blood Mage, and he will get long rifle range. But, ladies and gentlemen, you know that Orcs can play dirty. You know that Orcs can play dirty, ladies and gentlemen. The Orcs can lame. The Orcs can, you know, wait with the fight. As we can see, the reinforced defense is here. You make this upgrade early only if you know that you are not going to try to defend your base. Ladies and gentlemen, Lemes is online. Lemes has level 3. Is Lemes blocking his base? Lemes is going slowly. Lemes is not going to push Alin immediately. Lemes knows that some laming may be in progress. Ladies and gentlemen, this strategy looks much... I mean, this opener looks better for Lemes. Lemes with grande levels. Of course, Mr. Knoff will be level 2 too soon, but ladies and gentlemen, how strong is the Orc base? It's very strong. Let's see if Professor Lemes is going to jump into the gold line. And ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is preparing. The base is close. I think we are observing grande Professor Lemes today. I think we are observing Professor Lemes in a great shape. Professor Lemes is like, give me this Orc. Give me this Orc. Give me this Orc. I'm Professor Lemes. I'm grande. This Orc is 2300 MMR experienced Warcraft 3 gamer, the legend. Give me him. Give me him. He's going to lay me. He's going to blind counter my Pala Rifle. Give me. Give me Knoff. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not over. Mr. Knoff is prepared. Mr. Knoff played versus Lemes so many times. They're almost 50-50. This ensnare is not ensnare to fight. This ensnare to wait. But ladies and gentlemen, there is no tier 3. There is no expansion for the Orc. Basically, Mr. Knoff is trying to lame. He's still trying to lame, but Professor Lemes has the Sorks in production. He can make in total 3 Sorks. But this is a laming without laming. Laming without laming. Let's say you are an alcoholic and you are drinking alcohol-free beer. It's not the same. Kappa. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a bad example. Ladies and gentlemen, we are making the melee army. We are making the melee army. Professor Lemes has 2 swords in his base. Is Knoff going to fight? But Professor Lemes is operational. Professor Lemes is operational. Professor Lemes. Tier 3 Lemes. Ooh, tier... Okay. Professor Lemes... Mr. Toxie. I remember a Turtle Rogue game between a Starbuck and some Orc, and Starbuck like won after like amazing game. And basically, I was very excited about this slow Sork technology. And Professor Lemes said, Saul, yes, Sorks are good, but you also go tier 3. Because Orc with this combination doesn't have anything against MK, And if you go Sorg Master, you can actually use Polymorph. Because if Orc is going to Lame, if Orc going to play Kodo Beast, you are just going tier 3. You are just going tier 3, you have your Kodo Beast, and it's fine. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a laming game without laming. But ladies and gentlemen, the one thing is changing now. Professor Lemes has 2 Sorks in his base, and he's investing into tier 3 technology. It means, ladies and gentlemen, that Professor Lemes is not that much stronger than Knoff at this point of the game, because he needs to wait for his tier 3 power spike. He's also making a lot of towers, and there is no laming, you know, so all of those towers are not paying for themselves. Of course, they are giving comfort to Professor Lemes that his base is not going to be destroyed. Plus 12 cloves, not that great. Paladin level 4, agility boot, cloves. Okay, I think that both players are not very satisfied. Yes, yeah. The Sorks in the base, it's planned. This is planned. We need Sorks in the base, but Mr. Knoff is doing Galaxy Brain technologies. Mr. Knoff is not going to attack, and Professor Lemes is like, this orc is not attacking me. Maybe this orc expanded. Ladies and gentlemen, the value. Mr. Grubby, when he used to stream Warcraft 3, he was always saying that orc, they have hard time healing. They have hard time healing because the healing costs gold. Night elves, of course, they can drink from the moonwells for free. The humans have scroll of regeneration, and the undeads are just regenerating on blight and have ritual dagger and statues. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Grubby would be excited, would be ecstatic about now, because look at this value. Look at this value. Think about the gold. Think about the gold saved at this efficient healing, close to the fountain of healing. Ladies and gentlemen, Lemes can fight this. I think Lemes has to teleport out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see, is Lemes going to use many units? Holy Light is here. Is Professor Lemes going to fight? I think Professor Lemes should teleport out. I think it's a crucial mistake by Professor Lemes, but Professor Lemes knows better. But ladies and gentlemen, the rifles are dying before tier 3 power spike. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. Lemes thought that he can outkite this, but even Professor Lemes has limits. Even Professor Lemes has limits, ladies and gentlemen. Do you remember Neo from Matrix? He could take care of Agent Smith, but it was like 20 Agent Smiths. It was a problem. It was a similar situation. Professor Lemes should teleport immediately. Of course, it's easy to say for me, because I have everything. But ladies and gentlemen, that was a strong move. Strong move by Knoff. But Lemes is tier 3. Lemes, do we have master upgrade? Master upgrade on Sorks. Who is ready for some ships? Who is ready for some ships, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have a new TP? We don't have a TP, but no problem. We have towers. Mercenary level 0, and Lemes is queuing blacksmith upgrade. Professor Lemes needs to run back. And yes, this peon has nast. No! Grande Lemes! El disastro! El disastro! Ladies and gentlemen, the slow is here. The TC is invisible. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time. Don't blink, because this fight is going to be spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes bolting the Farseer. Bolt. Are we going to say see polymorph? This Sork has full mana. Professor Lemes, start using mana on the Sorks. Polymorph! Grande polymorph. This game can't be any better. This raider used to be a wolf, and now is a sheep. In Poland, there is a saying that you are a sheep, you are a wolf in the sheep, like a cosplay outfit. But ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is slowing everything, but this slow will wear off and supply is dropping. Professor Lemes, can you survive this level 3, tier 3 Lemes? Lemes with a lot of mana. Mana is going low on Mr. Knoff. It's so hard to micro this. Ladies and gentlemen, Lemes is kiting, but the amount of rifles is reduced. We have only 2 polymorphs. We have a lot of slow. Slow is of course very good. But ladies and gentlemen, supply is not looking good for Professor Lemes. There is a rifleman that is stuck, ladies and gentlemen. Mamma mia. Rifleman is stuck. Professor Lemes is kiting back. MK with full mana. MK needs to start using some spells, and Mr. Knoff is satisfied with this trade. And actually, rifle was saved. I don't know what happened to this rifle. Maybe it died. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, good trade for Knoff. But to my surprise, supply is even. To my surprise, supply is even. And this expansion is not advanced. Professor Lemes, with the power of Crystal Ball, probably. He saw that there is an expansion on the way, but there is also a red camp. Professor Lemes, are you going to send one rifleman? Infinite reveal. This is true. This is true, Mr. Poxy. Professor Lemes went for infinite reveal. Ladies and gentlemen, those sorks on Master. Those sorks are loyal, ladies and gentlemen. Bold, and Professor Lemes can save this rifleman with the banish. Professor Lemes decided not to. We don't have slow. We need to start casting slow. Grande slow. Ladies and gentlemen, the speed scroll is not helping that much. One Grand got bolted and another Grand got slowed. And ladies and gentlemen, Grande Lemes. Wolf in banish clothing. Exactly, that was probably a misclick. Ladies and gentlemen, MK level 2 stomp in the middle of everything. Mr. Knoff wants to attack with this power spike of spending the mana. Slow is here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and mana to the paladin. Supply favors Lemes, but it's easy to say that supply favors you. You need to still win this fight. And Lemes units at red HP. One priest killed. Mana low on everything. Blood Mage, Holy Light in the last second, Holy Light. And ladies and gentlemen, this TC is going deep. The Stomp connects only to 2 units. The TC has big healing potion. You can't attack this, even though we have Sorks on Master. We can't use the polymorph. Professor Lemes is making more units. What a game, what a close game. The stats on Warcraft 3 champions, they don't lie. They are very close to each other with skill, ladies and gentlemen. What a game, going to the full distance. Ladies and gentlemen, what's now? More rifles. Professor Lemes is kiting as good as he can. He's well known for magnificent kiting, but you can't kite versus ensnare. And ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is dropping supply. But in Pala Rifle we trust. We have the MK. MK can be a carry in the late game. Orc is just on tier 2, but Orc has an operational expansion. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no TP on Orc, there is a TP on Lemes. Lemes is pulling militia. Lemes is ready now. The Blood Mage is in trouble. We have enough mana for the Holy Light. Professor Lemes, of course. You can invis the Blood Mage. Pass the item. There is invul. This Blood Mage will survive. Professor Lemes is just toying with Mr. Knoff. But ladies and gentlemen, is Professor Lemes ready? Now he has a cloak. Professor Lemes is hidden. Grande hidden Lemes. Lemes survives. Supply is even again. And maybe after killing this Grand, Professor Lemes will go ahead. Nice militia pull, but look at this. The Orc with Gred is good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Mr. Noctum, you can pause yourself. You are watching on Twitch. We are not in the same room. If you have more questions, tell me. Ladies and gentlemen, two more rings of region. Grants, but grants. Okay, Sorks. Those Sorks are fragile. Mr. Knoff anticipated the next target where Professor Lemes is going. And ladies and gentlemen, we have this Raider. The Raider is going down. We need a priest. We need a Grande Priest to keep the Paladin alive. Okay, no, I think it's looking bad for Lemes, but Lemes surprised me. We have so much mana on these Orc heroes, but Professor Lemes is say it's going to stop, and the Ensnare is here to stop. Another Storm. There is so many crowd control effects. Professor Lemes is trying to fight back. Supply is dropping rapidly for Professor Lemes. Professor Lemes can't break this expansion. He can't break this expansion, I repeat, TP will be called soon. The Holy Light, the Grand Holy Light. Professor Lemes with the Aura, with the Aura level 2, with Holy Light level 2, with Divine Shield. Because yes, only unit that can be healed efficiently is of course the MK. Another militia is coming. Professor Lemes believes maybe if Professor Lemes will get MK to level 3, maybe the game will turn. There is no expansion attempt by Professor Lemes. Knoff spent all of his mana. Remember, he invested a lot of gold, but TC level 5, grande TC. Ladies and gentlemen, expansion is operational. This is what scares me. Look, the cheap healing, Mr. Grabby Utopia. Having heal like that in the orc base at the start of the game would be nice. The Blood Mage has an invul. Professor Lemes on top with the invul. Man, it makes me sad that my micro sucks so bad that I don't play as beautiful as Professor Lemes can. Professor Lemes is attacking the Kodo Beast. Professor Lemes is like, you are not going to devour my rifles. Supply, it doesn't lie. Professor Lemes is bleeding the supply. Farseer level 5. Professor Lemes is kiting. Yes, Aura level 2, Mr. Toxi, because we have Holy Light level 2, Divine Shield level 1, Aura level 2. If your opponent is not a hero focuser, you can consider skipping the Divine Shield. Ladies and gentlemen, MK is dead, GD is called, and game number 2. What a game, what a game, what a game, what a game, what a game.